Dallas, Texas, February 25. DeMarcus Cousins 0 and Anthony Davis 23 of the New Orleans Pelicans at American Airlines Center on February 25, 2017 in Dallas, Texas. Note: user expressly acknowledges and agrees that by downloading and/or using this photograph, user is consenting to the terms and conditions of the Getty Images license agreement. Photo by Ronald Martinez. Getty Image. SD News. That Kawhi Leonard will miss all of the NBA preseason and possibly some of the regular season throws a monkey wrench into Spurs fans' hopes of again reaching the Western Conference Finals. As Bill and the gang noted on a recent Bill Simmons podcast, Kawhi is the Spurs' best offensive player by a huge margin. In a league filled with super teams, he has no real Robin to his Batman, let alone a fellow post-puberty superhero. The load he carries offensively this year will be massive, but that doesn't mean stars with star teammates won't also post huge offensive numbers. In doing my annual exercise of predicting scoring leaders for the coming season, I decided to focus mostly on the interaction of star teammates, especially in this roster turnover-filled summer. So many duos and trios have been recently formed, but in order to give proper attention to the most interesting ones, I had to resist the urge to look at anyone who could be considered a second star or second leading scorer. That's why you won't find Blake Griffin and a sidekick on here, because I couldn't identify a likely sidekick with a truly elite scoring pedigree. Likewise, no Bucks, Spurs, Hornets or emerging Knicks will be on this list. To keep my OCD somewhat in check, I rounded each player's predicted points per game up or down to the nearest even number, and their shooting splits to the nearest 140. I know, I need help. Honorable mention: Memphis Grizzlies. The grit and grind era is dead. And with the Western Conference more loaded than ever, the Grizzlies have a rough path to reach the playoffs, where they would surely be bounced in the first round, again. Marc Gasol and Mike Conley are both firmly in their 30s, coming off career highs in scoring, so it is possible they both regress to the norm. It is equally possible the Grizzlies trade one or both of them. Page 2. Use your arrows to browse. Washington, D.C., April 19. Bradley Beal, 3 of the Washington Wizards, celebrates after making a shot and getting fouled in the second half of the Wizards' 109,101 win over the Atlanta Hawks in Game 2 of the Eastern Conference quarterfinals during the 2017 NBA playoffs at Verizon Center on April 19, 2017 in Washington, D.C. Note: user expressly acknowledges and agrees that by downloading and/or using this photograph, user is consenting to the terms and conditions of the Getty Images license agreement. Photo by Rob Kerr. Getty Images. Russell Westbrook and Steven Adams combined for 43 points per game last year. Yes, Steven Adams. Westbrook's 42 triple-doubles won't be challenged this season, and nor will his insane 31.6 points per game. No one franchise player will put up such ridiculous stats this season, but a few will empower their teammates to nearly match their scoring outputs. For example, Cleveland Cavaliers LeBron James, chapter 26 points per game on 503,575 shooting plus 7 rebounds 9 assists. Kevin Love, 18 points per game on 454,080 shooting plus 10.5 rebounds 3 assists. Without a point guard who can play defense or shoot threes for at least the first third of the regular season, LeBron James will shoulder a huge burden of responsibility. No wonder most GMs expect him to win another MVP. Playing Kevin Love at center will give him more scoring opportunities, but also more opportunities to facilitate the offense more from the elbows, as he did in Minnesota. Washington Wizards. John Wall, 22 points per game on 42.532.580 shooting plus 4 rebounds 9 assists. Bradley Beal, 22 points per game on 4,542.580 shooting plus 3.5 rebounds 4 assists. Will be the first person to admit I don't have a lot of faith in this Wizards team, but that stems more from my feelings about Scott Brooks' simplistic offensive scheme than anything. Fortunately, Wall and Beal proved last season they can stay effective, and even more importantly, healthy, in almost any offensive system. Use your arrows to browse.